The wait is over. Dive into Audible's most anticipated collection, The Best of 2025, featuring top audiobooks, podcasts, and originals across all genres. Our editors have carefully curated this year's must-listens, from brilliant hidden gems to the buzziest new releases. Every title in this collection has earned its spot. This is your go-to for the absolute best in 2025 audio entertainment. Whether you love thrillers, romance, or nonfiction, your next favorite listen awaits. Discover why there's more to imagine when you listen at audible.com/bestoftheyear.
Or as they say in the Christmas parlance, ho, ho, ho.
That sounded the same.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not jolly enough to pull off Saint Nick.
You need to spend a little more time at the North Pole, Meagan.
Do you remember when so this might be problematic. Never mind.
Tell it. No, I want
Well, it's just, I just wonder if, in the fat community, is it considered an offensive stereotype to be called jolly?
Yeah, it's a great question, actually.
Yeah.
I was really into Garfield when I was a kid, and
Sure.
I to this day think about this one Garfield strip where a fat guy is mean to Garfield. Garfield says something like sassy to a fat guy. I don't remember what, and then the fat guy, like, I don't know, kicks Garfield or something. and then Garfield says, "I thought fat people were supposed to be jolly," and
that feels a little pointed. Also, Garfield,
you're fat.
You're fat.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I think I've just taken it as like a little totem, a little reminder to stay jolly. Because actually, people like it. People like us when we're jolly. Well, that makes me feel like I'm pandering.
Mm.
I think being jolly is a good thing. And so as long as you respect fat people's boundaries when we need to pause the jolly for a second and stand up for ourselves, then I don't think it's offensive to be called jolly.
Amazing. Well, you heard it here first. We're doing so good. We're doing amazing, and everything is really normal. What you're about to listen to on this, our holiest day. Once again, we're teaching the controversy here on Tech That Podcast. They're saying it's the reason for the season. That's right. It's Jesus's birthday.
That's right.
Get into it. Got to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, just to pull back the curtain for a second. Today, actually, is November 8th, 2025. And Lindy and I are trying to pre-record all of the intros for these so you have some context about what you're going to hear.
Yeah.
And this is the last one we have to do before we stop recording podcasts for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
And we're dying, gang. We're doing so bad.
We're so tired.
I'm sweaty and I'm stupid. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, and I have a whole cup of trail mix sitting next to me that I can't eat because I can't be chewing on the mic, and I've been staring at it for 2 hours. I've been staring at it.
We have to wrap this up. Okay, so listen, you're about to, what's a rerun? I'll tell you what a rerun is. You're gonna hear another wonderful episode from our Pledge Drive week. This one with Alice Wetterlund, one of our favorites. She's such a wonderful person. She's a Patreon subscriber too, by the way, which we didn't even have to ask. She just subscribed one day. It was so beautiful. She's a stand-up comedian. She was on the show Resident Alien, all seasons on Peacock, by the way. Speaking, if you're looking for a cozy watch, Resident Alien is just an absolute delight. It's so funny. Alan Tudyk is, I think this is a real millennial feeling to have, but I love Alan Tudyk. He's so funny.
One of our finest.
He's just a delight.
I categorize him with another treasure.
Can we say it on the count of 3? I bet I wonder.
I bet. I mean, this is one. Okay.
I don't know. One,
1, 2, 3.
David
Steve Zahn.
Oh, I like Steve Zahn as an answer.
I like David Tennant as an answer.
That's good. That's really good. I like that. Yeah, Steve Zahn, a beloved little guy.
Yeah. Legendary.
It's so funny because I was just watching. I'm so sorry for what I'm about to say. I was just watching that dramatized show on Peacock about John Wayne Gacy. And in one scene, he attacks one of his victims while listening to Brother Love's Travel and Salvation Show or whatever the actual name of that song is.
Yeah.
But it's the one where he goes, holly, holy, whatever. Holly, holly. And it just reminds me of whatever that fucking movie is with Jason Biggs and Jack
Meagan,
Black and Steve Zahn.
Where there's a Neil Diamond impersonator band. Meagan, tribute band. Meagan, we got to stop. We're in too deep.
We're going to stop before it's too late. But I'm just going to say, you got to get into that.
Which?
Okay?
What?
It doesn't matter.
Show, the Jason Biggs movie? What?
Doesn't you choose?
Look
this
up
is listener's choice.
You gotta get into Steve Zahn's Wikipedia.
Actually, that is what I meant. No, you got to get into an old VHS tape of Jack Black on Conan, I think. Nope. Okay, anyways, Merry Christmas.
Coming on, yeah.
Yes, you said coming on, yeah. Anyway, have a good one. Enjoy. By the way, this is about Alice. This is not about Steve Zahn or Alan Tudyk. What happened here? What went on? Alice rocks. Alice, if you're listening, and I hope you're not. We love you so much. And if Alice is coming to your town to do stand-up comedy, please go see her. She is so funny and so great. And she's on Twitch a lot.
Yeah. Follow Alice on all the platforms. Twitch, Patreon, Instagram, whatever.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good holiday. We will see you soon. As they say, again, we press the button that says go live. It's day 3 of 5. Text me back podcast BBLs for BBWs pledge.
That's
drive.
right.
Night 3, 5 nights live. And this is night 3. And here we are at starting out at Mirthful. Yeah.
Meagan.
You want to know why?
Why?
It's Tipsy Back podcast, baby.
That's nice.
There's only one way to get through 5 nights live with my best friend, Lindy West, and that's with a single beveragino. Thank you, wine.
I'm not having a beveragino, but I do have an empty water glass from last night.
Hey, get into it.
I'm Sober Me Back podcast, but that's some of us don't need alcohol to have fun.
So true. And I'm not one of them.
Nope. Meagan, here's why I'm mirthful.
Go on.
This pledge drive is successful as hell.
Isn't that weird? I find it, I'm worried about you all, is what I'm going to say. You have problems. If you want to support this podcast, you have brain problems. And I hope you never get well.
That's a famous quote from the Tenacious D HBO show that I think about all the time.
I think about it all the time too.
All the time. And you can't, it's too much to explain, but you know what? This is my show and my live stream, and I'm going to explain it.
Go ahead.
There's this episode where the fake band Tenacious D, which is the band inside of the show, they have a super fan, and they think that their super fan is stalking them, and they think that he's going to kill them for Selena, Yolanda style. And they're like, oh no. But then what happens is they do flip mode. They get obsessed.
Flip mode is the greatest. Mm-hmm.
They get obsessed with their super fan, and then they start stalking their super fan.
And they start worrying about him because he's not coming to the show, because he stopped stalking them, and then they get worried about him, so they start stalking him.
Yeah. And then they break into his apartment, and they're like, where are you? We called all the hospitals.
And you're not in any of them.
And then he was just asleep or at work or something, because he's actually regular. And then he says the famous line. Do you want to say it?
You're sick. And I hope you never get well.
That's what he says. I've never been loved so much.
It's just
you guys are sick. Anyway,
what it is this story of Text Me Back podcast and our Patreon subscribers. Because famously, Lindy once said, I start to get worried when someone doesn't show up in the Discord. And then I said, one thing you could do to help the show is go missing. So that we can talk about you on Dateline with Keith Morrison. But don't do that. Don't do that. That would be scary and sad. Okay, this is going to be a good episode. We're going to bring on a special guest, star of Stage and Screen, Alice Wetterlund, in like 10 minutes. I don't know if she knows this, but when we let her in, she's going to be live. So Alice, if you're watching,
I think she knows.
Yeah, she probably knows. She's a professional. Even if she doesn't know, she'll be ready.
Meagan, she has my dream career in addition to being star of Stage and Screen, called Twitch streamer, where she plays video games for money, I guess.
Yeah. No, go ahead and show everyone Totus's Totus for money.
Meagan, I have been very respectful of Totus's Totus, and I haven't taken up one peek since I was in the character creator.
I don't believe you.
When they force you to do it. Meagan,
you're perverted.
You can take off their underwear though. You can take off the underwear of any character in Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay, well,
talk to the developers.
I'm going to send them an email. I'm going to do Gamergate 2 over this. Okay, we're gonna have our guests on in just a sec, but I wanted to read a letter. We get really nice notes from our listeners all the time, and I just wanted to read this one because I thought it was really cute. And it says, "Dear Lindy and Meagan, I'm a loyal listener from the beginning, but your podcast has taken on new importance in recent weeks. My husband and I have newborn twins." Girl, that's crazy.
Congratulations.
That's like double the normal amount of babies that you can have at once.
What's the Doublemint Gum song?
Double your pleasure, double your fun. With the something of double mint gum. Anyway, doesn't matter. They don't pay for ad time on this podcast. Anyways, these twins understandably but unfortunately require feeding every 2 to 3 hours. Ugh. Throughout the night. And guess what? Text Me Back podcast has become the soundtrack to our nighttime feeds. You've kept us awake and laughing as we care for these tiny people with the same face. Lindy, I have to say, I think it's actually weirder that they have the same face as opposed to 2 different faces. Thank you for being a balm in these terrible times. You are welcome. And in our sleepless ones specifically, and we are excited/grateful for the whole week of episodes coming right now. And that is from Jane, and she is a librarian. How do you like that? How do you like that? And I like that letter a lot. You want to know why? Because this is not even the first time we've gotten a letter from a tired parent saying, your podcast is helping me stay awake to feed my child. Think of how many babies Text Me Back podcast has nourished, through sleepless nights. You know why it's so popular with the nursing mothers is and sleepless parents all night is because this show, Text Me Back podcast, is FUBU, for us by us, and by that I mean fussbus babies, for sleepy by sleepy. Yes. Oh, that's true. I thought you were going to say for babies by babies. Also, so I just wanted to read that because, we love to hear that you love our show. It makes it a lot easier to make. Yeah, that's true. Also, I'd like to say also that I feel as though, and this is no slight on all y'all, I feel as though I've been misunderstood about the thing where I said it was weird that everyone has a different face. I bet you weren't. But go on. I just mean mathematically, how can there be an unlimited billions and billions of different face? Oh, I think we got that the first time. Shut up, Meagan. I don't know. It's so terrible having to do this live. I feel like we're getting worse at being live as Meagan, the days progress. As the days go by, can I tell you that yesterday when it was coming up on the time to play one of the theme songs, I was on it. Like you were blah, blah, blah about something. And then that was just a joke. But I went into the media board and I found whichever one it was. I was hovering and then the time came and then I pressed it and I realized the thing where it doesn't really play the first time. It's on preview instead of live.
And so then you had to do it anyway. And I didn't even admit my shame. I pretended like I hadn't even tried.
I like that. But I'm glad that you came clean.
Thanks.
And in the spirit of playing the song off the media board.
Snake of the week.
There it is. There it is. Lindy, what do you got?
Okay, so I sort of told this story in stories stretching it. But I sort of told this story in the newsletter Me Back. But I'm going to tell it again now audially. And so we were in Florida, in the part of Florida that I preferred, which is North Florida. We went swimming at a absolutely mind-blowing natural spring called Royal Springs. We went to, I think, we were there for like 10 days and we went to like 14 different springs. So one of my favorites.
Hang on. Our guest is here.
Oh, just under the wire.
Thank God. Okay, let's let her in. Folks, you know her, you love her. Star of Stage and Screen, Alice Wetterlund.
Hi.
Hi, Alice. We're live. Sorry. There's no way to put you in a waiting room. We just have to let you in and surprise you. I'm so sorry.
Yay.
Yay.
We were just about to start Snake of the Week, but you missed the theme song. So should we play the theme song again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
One moment, please.
Snake of the week.
Okay, now we're in the mood to discuss snakes.
Except now I'm too horny.
Yeah.
I know it's one of the
hazards.
Yeah, one of the hazards of our jingles is that you get really H&B, really hot and bothered. You know?
Okay, so Snake of the Week. We have 3 Snakes of the Week, Snake of the Week candidates this week. Unless you've brought a snake as well, in which
No,
we have 4.
I don't have one. I can't. I can't keep them around.
Oh, yay!
Who's that? Oh my God.
What if I was like, I don't know?
I don't know him. He just came in here.
This is my extremely photogenic cat, Birdie, who just loves to be held
Birdie.
exactly like this.
What a legend. I like the little
Wow.
string that he or she
I know.
had on
Where did he
his
get
little
that
head.
from?
I don't
He
know.
just
He's licking your finger.
He loves to lick a fingy.
What a cutie.
He doesn't have
King.
front teeth, as you can see. So this is.
my God.
happens to the best of us, bud.
Wow.
I just didn't like them, so I took them away.
I said, I'm all set. Actually, before we talk about snakes, we should probably introduce who Alice is. Sorry, it's kind of disrespectful. Alice is, by the way, longtime listener of Text Me Back
That's
podcast
right.
and a Patreon subscriber herself.
First one ever.
The first, that's so true. You're a stand-up comedian. You're on the show Resident Alien, which is such a delight, such a gem
Thank
of a show.
you.
Such
It's
a
over.
pleasant watch. Yeah, that's sad.
I'm
Because I
unemployed.
really liked it. So if you're a casting director, call Alice.
Call
Yeah.
me.
Don't check.
You
Just
got
to
a
check
narrow window to snatch that up.
You
That's
better
right.
get into it.
Because
Yeah.
soon I'm
And-
quitting acting.
Earth. I'm just leaving Earth. And we know and love Alice because she's helped us with a special project that you all haven't heard yet. But we wanted you to get to know her in this forum
We're gonna do
for
that.
when one day we eventually release it.
We've been working on it for
A year and a half. Because instead of finishing it, we said, let's do a pledge drive. 5 nights live.
Yeah.
Okay, but if the pledge drive is a success, maybe we can hire 2 other women to do the podcast.
Yes.
Then
and
we can go work on our special
That's-
project.
Yes, something
Which-
to think about.
I'm sure you have multiple special projects going, and I'm not the only one, but that would be
Yeah,
great
let's say that.
as well.
You're our
Alice, what do you
only special
got?
project.
What else you got going on that I missed in your very casual and short bio that I provided?
I just did EMDR, so I had to put a filter
my
on my
God.
camera because I've been crying. It's essential. Did you know you can't do EMDR? Like, they won't relent until you're crying. The
Yeah.
therapist will not relent
Is that the one where they
until
like
you're sobbing.
beep lights at you?
They beep
and
lights.
tell you and re-traumatize you so
They
that you
go
can
beep, beep.
configure your
Yeah.
brain.
Let's make you cry.
Yeah.
And it's so expensive, and it does
Yeah.
not covered by any kind of insurance,
Right.
even probably Swedish insurance. So it's not that I'm Swedish. I don't know why I brought that up, but they have good healthcare. So that is what I just did. I did an episode of Comics Unleashed last night, which has been brought back as a show now that we're back in 1980.
Yes.
And
welcome back.
Entertainment-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Which we love.
Which we just, it's so good to just have all that, just go backwards in time.
Yeah, and I love to be sort of just dragged back.
Drag me to hell, honestly.
Yeah, just back to the 18th century. I think that's so special, you know?
And also, I'm streaming on the internet on Twitch Tuesdays and Fridays, and I had Lindy on to do a very experimental, very riddled with problems.
So fun. It
really
was so fun,
Lindy, because I felt so bad because you couldn't hear it. Nobody could hear. I listened back to it. No one could hear us. You couldn't hear. Like,
okay, I had fun. I feel like I couldn't hear for the first 5 minutes, and then you figured it out.
I know, but what I really wanted to show you was Infinity Nikki, which is this game that I'm still playing.
No, we looked at it.
We're gonna. I figured it out though, so we'll go do it again.
Cute.
No, I watched you. You ran around. You changed your outfit. You did a fashion show.
You got it.
It was.
You did get it.
I feel like maybe you fought an evil suitcase.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I picked it up.
Me fighting an evil suitcase. Is it a day that ends in DIY? Yeah. So, okay, great. But I have a new setup again, So we'll have you back, and we'll have you as well on, Megan, if you'd like to see the streaming setup that I have.
She would love to. I'm gonna just
make
answer.
an appearance.
I love video games, famously. Okay, what we're gonna do now is tell you about some snakes, Alice, and then I think you get to decide which is the best one of all the snakes.
Yeah, you can pick. Okay.
Yeah.
You alone. Okay, so the first snake is snake that I met in Florida. So I traveled to Florida for 10 days of nothing but swimming in the natural springs of North and Central Florida. I'm at a spring called Royal Springs in the Florida Panhandle. It's so beautiful. Here's what it is. It's a round Gatorade blue hole in the middle of the jungle.
Oh, love that.
And then there's a high platform that you can dive off of it just into the water. The water just comes up out of the ground from nature. And
I can't believe Ron DeSantis allows this.
I know. Seems like he'd want to drill for oil in it or something.
Every day we'd be driving around and I'd be like, why is this here? Why has this not been, filled in with the
cement?
Exactly.
Plastic
the corpses
particulate.
Of manatees. Yeah. But no, it's
disposable utensils.
That's one of the weird things about Florida is there's this tremendous pride in their natural wonders. Mm-hmm. And there's these signs everywhere that are like, you are lucky to be experiencing true Florida. So don't fucking litter. So anyway, we went swimming and we went to a different spring every day, sometimes 2 springs in one day. And it was just the greatest vacation of my life. So we're at Royal Springs. And also, by the way, many of these springs, they come up out of the ground, out of a cave. Then the water flows out into a river. And so sometimes you can ride the flow out into the river. Then the river is 20 degrees warmer than the spring water, and it feels like a hot tub.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Now, maybe you're asking yourself, but Lindy, aren't there alligators and snakes? Yeah.
It's the price you pay, baby.
Yes, it is. And I didn't get bit. And the alligators, they don't want to bite you. They're shy. Yeah. They're hiding.
They're shy.
I like
crocodiles. It's crocodiles that want to chomp you.
I'm pro. So I'm a shark person. So I'm always singing the gospel of how sharks are not actually interested in constantly biting you all the time. Did you know most big sharks they don't have to eat more than once every 3 months. They do, but they don't have to. So sharks aren't constantly looking for a meal all the time.
Are you a believer in that lady that's like, this shark's my best friend?
Yes.
And he's my dog.
I think you might be talking about Ocean of Ocean One Diving, who is a pelagic specialist in Hawaii. I do pronounce it correctly. that kind of white lady.
Yeah.
And there's
Nicaragua.
I met her, and this woman who looks like Barbie, and she goes into the water, full face of makeup, comes back out, makeup's undisturbed, and she's like a shark scholar, and she founded the pelagic studies at the University of Hawaii, and she just takes people out and shows them all about how sharks are actually gentle, and you don't swim in a cage, you swim on a tow line. And the sharks swim below you, and she tells you all about shark behavior. No one ever gets hurt. In fact, Zac Efron sometimes goes and swims with the sharks and grabs onto one of their fins, and everybody is like, no, Zac Efron, do not do this.
Zac Efron, no.
And he's like, I don't know about boundaries.
What day does he usually go?
Yeah, just wondering.
Well, I went there when I was in a movie one time, and I was in a movie, and Zac Efron was in the movie, and he went to the shark place.
But did you go?
I didn't go on the same day as Zac Efron. I went the day before, and then I heard later on from other cast that he was just like grabbing onto fins.
Oh, that makes me feel aggrieved.
Oh no, Meagan!
The emo meter is breaking, Alice.
Oh. Is it me? It's probably because of my EMDR.
No, I'm aggrieved at Zac Efron's inability to respect the majesty of the shark.
But that lady, she really insists that like the bull shark that she's friends with is her dog.
Yeah.
And then she goes down and she pets it, and maybe she puts makeup on it and stuff.
They are like dogs. That's what I felt
cute.
like when I was swimming with them. They were just like, they would like come up to you and kind of like and then you were supposed to like make direct eye contact with them, and then they would be like, nope, and they'd swim away. And these were like 7-foot sharks.
A dog can bite you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I in fact have been bitten.
Yeah.
By my own dog.
My dog bites me
respectfully
every day.
Yes.
Disrespectfully. So
you saw
a snake.
That's right. I saw it. So you're kind of like, you're swimming in the springs. It's idyllic. It's heaven on earth. But you're kind of just like keeping one eye open for alligators and snakes. So we heard a rumor. There's just like there's not very many people there because there's so many springs. Like if this place was in Washington, it would be mobbed every day. Yeah. But first of all, nobody is doing tourism in North Florida, and there's so many options that often we were the only people at the springs.
But also it's a little out of season, like everyone's back at school.
Exactly. So, well, not everyone, Meagan, because quite a lot of children at the springs on the weekdays, and one can only assume from sort of terrifying
their spring school
situation. Yeah, but so there's like a handful of kids at the spring when we're there. They start saying the word snake, and we're like, huh? Like boy, me especially, huh? And so then I like swim over to where they're pointing. They're pointing at a rock on the land, and they're like, they're saying there's a snake in there. So I was like, and so it's two little boys who are like maybe 8 years old, like tiny little blonde boys who live in the swamp, and like I'm gonna do an impression of this boy poorly. But I want to say that like it was so cute the way that he talked about the snake, but I also want to acknowledge that clearly this boy has absorbed some kind of social cue from his father that he should never show any emotion, or joy or warmth. But I was like, oh, is there a snake? And there were two boys. One of them did all the talking. They are like Penn and Teller. So I was like, oh, is there a snake? And then this boy lit the tiniest little, the size of my Lisa Eldridge lipstick, $38.
Immediately Googling it.
When we had Sam on, she was like, I know how. She was like, oh, those are pricey. And then I was like, did I spend $500 on a lipstick and forget? I looked it up, $38. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. That's how much like a sandwich costs. Anyway, I'm like, there's a snake? He goes, yeah. He goes, just a little banded water snake. Can't hurt you none. And I was like, oh, okay.
What?
And then he was like, there's another snake in that rock. And there was like a rock with a crack in it. And I was like, oh, what kind of snake is that? I don't know. And I was like, well, is that one venomous? He said, I don't know. Could be. Don't mess with it. I said, okay. And then he said,
don't mess with it.
He said, I saw a water moccasin. It was this big around. And then he made his hands like the size of a hamburger. And then, and I said, oh my God, that's so scary. He said, no, just don't mess with it. And then he said, I caught an oak snake at my grandma's house. And then the only thing the other kid said the whole time, he said, rat snake. And then the other kid said, oh yeah, they look the same. I caught a rat snake at my grandma's house. He can't hurt, non-venomous. He can't hurt you none. And I said, oh, where was it? Under a table. And then that was the whole convo. So my snake of the week. Oh, and then there were these older boys, and then they heard that there was a snake, and then they went over to try to kill the snake. And they were scary. They were like teenagers. And one of them, there were like 3, and there was a clear hierarchy. And one of them was like the leader. And then he when the weakest ones dove under the water, the leader said to the other one, should I hold him under?
Oh, God.
And then he did.
Oh, sociopaths.
Anyway, that's my first snake of the week. My second snake of the week is somewhere in Australia. Someone ordered a pizza. They opened it up. Snake inside.
Snake.
Oh
snake
my
inside. Classic snake.
How much venom do you want on your pizza?
Yeah, the headline in my favorite newspaper, The Times of India, was how much venom do you want on your pizza?
A lot. How much you got? How much you got? That's as much as I want.
It's one of those things where you're like, you order a pizza, and if it comes in 20 minutes, it's like under 20 minutes you pay for it. But if it's over 20 minutes, it's free or a snake.
Yeah.
You choose.
Honestly, I'd take that deal, and I'd hope for snake. That's how much I love snakes.
I know. I'd set up obstacles to get to my house.
All right. So far you have little band of water snake, can't hurt you none. You've got pizza snake from Australia. I have brought to the proceedings, greedy Burmese python pukes up an entire deer in Florida as excited scientists look on, quote, beautiful moment. And apparently his snake eyes were bigger than his stomach. Florida might have a new ally in the ongoing fight against the invasive Burmese python scourge.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. If you're not on Snake Talk, oh boy, there's these guys. All they do is they go out and they hunt pythons in Florida, and they try to get the biggest one, and then they just kill them, I guess, which makes me sad. But they're invasive, and they're eating all the other snakes.
Can hurt you some.
They can hurt you some. Anyway, so Mark Sandfoss, senior author of the study and biologist at the U.S. Geological Survey, who I assume has since lost his job since this happened, says, quote, pythons are constantly doing things I never imagined. Mark, I say restore Mark's funding at once. To the scientist's knowledge, this marked the first observation of a free-ranging Burmese python vomiting a deer within the invasive range without direct disturbance from humans. So there could be other times that a Burmese python has puked up an entire deer, but it was because of human intervention. We're not sure.
Guinness, are you listening?
Hello.
I got something for the book.
I got Mark Sandfoss on the line.
Mark Sandfoss talks about snakes the way Trump talks about everything.
Oh God, there's a picture of the deer in the article.
No good
minimally
can happen. Only bad can be happen.
It's a sentimental.
Is that okay?
It's a photo of a minimally digested deer carcass after getting thrown up by the python. So those, Alice, are your nominees. For Snake of the Week.
Obviously, the snake that can't hurt you none is like honorable mention. Yeah. I just, the thing about that snake is that actually is really more the snake appreciator that is the star of that story. Yeah, is the child, the children.
No, I know.
Sort of stole the show a little bit, and they stole it without meaning to. I do think the pizza snake is a contender because it combines pizza and snake, which is like
two great options. Yeah,
that feels like a combination made in heaven. And it's just been meaning. But I will, you know what? I think I'm going to go with Burmese python because I can't, like, I'm imagining the scientists doing that pose that Quagmire from what is that show? Is it American
Family Guy?
Yeah, Quagmire. He's like, yeah. Like the scientists are like, hey, next to the snake. They're just looking on like a beautiful moment. Yeah, like they're just like so. It's actually kind of.
There's also a photo of the python with its jaw unhinged eating the deer in the article.
Well, you gotta unhinge the jaw.
We could.
You know what? She's
connect
relatable.
offline. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Honestly.
Wow, I can't believe the snake I brought won.
Good job,
amazing.
Megs.
Well, good
that's
job
a
for
good
me.
job. Yay. Happy for
I'm
you.
so proud of you.
On this day.
Well, I owe everything to the greedy Burmese python who puked up an entire deer. Because, pythons, I don't know if you've heard this, but pythons are constantly doing things I never imagined.
Yeah.
Things you can't even believe.
I know.
The kind of this python did stuff that no one's ever heard of it before.
They're saying it's some of the greatest python work that python's ever done.
We're hearing this python's so greedy. He can't get in front of this. You can't believe it. Am I Joe Biden?
Python, he called me up. He said, President. He calls me President. He said, President, I'm going to puke up an entire python. And I said, the fat shot drug is not working. Anyway.
You know what?
Those are our 3 very good Donald Trump impressions. And if you liked it, you should subscribe to our Patreon.
You know who needed the fat shot drug? That deer.
That deer, yeah.
Then
it's good
digested.
that it didn't because, it's still dead.
It didn't survive.
Yeah, it's true.
So it could have actually been useful.
What a phoenix if it had.
Oh,
just rising from that, like, you can't keep me down.
I would have loved to have seen that. That would have been, speaking of beautiful.
Oh, those scientists would have been beside themselves.
Oh my God.
Mark Sandfoss would have passed away right there in the Everglades.
He died doing what he loved.
We are going to move on now to a beloved segment for which we have no theme song.
Ding dong.
Yet.
Jingleheimers, get into it because we need a song. And, just the thought of it is making me feel, I would say, oh, Jesus, I hate this fucking thing so much.
That's so funny.
This is making me feel tickled.
The thought of getting a 2 minutes hate jingle?
Yeah, the thought of getting a jingle is making me feel quite tickled.
I like how efficient that is.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to one thing to say about it. I hate this thing. I made it myself. He's my son, and at the end of the week I'm going to set it on fire. We're going to do a little 2 minutes hate where we're just going to rant and rave for 2 minutes only. And Alice, I believe you brought something for us. And would you like to begin as our guest?
Me go number one?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Would you like to go number one?
Me go.
Maybe we have Lindy go first so we can.
You go number 2.
Me go number 2.
Number 2.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Me go number 3.
Alice goes number 2, and I'll go number 3.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous that Alice and I picked the same topic, so I want Alice.
No, I don't think we did.
Okay.
Mine's very specific.
Okay.
Megan, can I make a special request? A bespoke request? I only want 1 minute.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not confident that I have enough to say.
I don't believe you. Can I tell a quick story? Yeah. On Monday, Lindy's like, well, okay, we're going to have Sam on. Maybe we should all bring an I Can Fixer. Just like worried we're not going to be able to fill the time. Because, you know what you said? You said we could do 3 segments. We regularly fit 3 segments into 1 hour. And I said, we've never in the history of this podcast made a 1 hour episode. I don't even think when we were making it with KUOW, it was ever that short. And especially if we have 3 segments, that's a 2 hour program. So we had to cut it down. I was like, you're out of your mind. You have no concept of time is what I'm saying. And that's
Megan,
okay.
that's one of my top problems.
It's not required.
Tell you.
It's
one of your top assets.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Alice.
a skill.
Thanks for that reframe.
Okay.
Can't hurt you none.
60 seconds hate with Lindy West in 3, 2, 1. Hate.
I don't like it when a church has a boring name. I love it when a church has a cool name. If you're going to have a church, why not make it the coolest name possible? I don't like when the church is named Neighborhood Lutheran Church. I like it when the church is named Snake of the Morning Tabernacle Party. You know what I mean? Or like it'll be like Mountain of the Redeemer's Blood Church. And like, look, those are usually the scarier churches. great. Make it fun. I just don't. This came up in my head when I'm driving through the South. All these towns, there's like 8 churches and 1 gas station, and that's the town. And some of the churches are called Town Church, and then some of the churches are called Our Lady of Death and Resurrection of Blood. And that's what I prefer. Make it fun.
And time. Okay.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I would name
guess
my
so.
church. I would name my church Town Church, and then in parentheses, but is it? Like, so
Parentheses, blood. My grandma's church was First AME or Fame, which I always liked. That
kind of
gave it a
fun.
little razzle dazzle. You know what I'm saying? I liked that.
Look, Victory of the Lamb Church, says Aaron. That's the kind of thing I like.
Mhm.
Yeah,
know what I
I mean, it's good branding because you know I shan't be stepping foot in there. That will not welcome me. You know,
Make it romantic. Make it spooky. Make it dramatic. What's the point of believing in a whole
Yeah.
thing?
It's giving Lutheran.
The Bible is not subtle.
that's what you should have saved this for Big Ron because he's always trying to talk to us about the
I was
church.
afraid that it was offensive. I thought about it.
Would care. Okay, Alice, do you feel
I
ready?
need to be more afraid of being offensive. But okay, I will request that Lindy had 1 minute. I would like to request that extra minute.
Yeah.
You can have it. You can have it.
These
I
Absolutely.
forgot to be concise.
These are
forgot
the
about that.
rules.
This podcast has never remembered to be concise.
I'm also
in
on
its
cold
history.
medicine, so I things are moving a little slower than normal.
That's fine.
and
This is
EMDR.
an inclusive podcast that will offer reasonable accommodations for our guests. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
right. You ready? You have 3 minutes, Hate, in 5, 4. Did you stretch? Are you limber?
I'm limber.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hate that we cannot acknowledge as a society how big of a problem misogyny is. And I know that I'm not the messenger for it because I am a vagina haver, but I am so fucking sick of seeing all of these like polls and focus groups of men being like, especially young men, you'll see these like documentaries. I saw this one on the Daily Show where Jordan Klepper went out and talked to like guys on the campus that voted for Trump. And they're like, man, I just really hate women. And I don't want women to be president because that's a woman. She shouldn't be president. And then turns to the camera and it's like, what's going on with young men? And it's like, well, they're telling you what's going on with young men. Like, it just drives me crazy. Like, we're not talking about it. I wrote a comment on some YouTube, and I comment on YouTube. That's the other thing. I shouldn't do that. But I called a comment on YouTube, like, misogyny is why they didn't vote for Kamala in this case because they're saying it. Do you see how they're saying it? And then somebody was like, it's misogyny, but it's a lot of reasons. It's a stupid country. And I was like, ignore it at your peril. Like, stop saying it's not a thing. It's such a huge fucking thing. People hate women. I hate women. I hate them. I'm the biggest feminist of all time. I fucking hate women. It keeps sneaking up on me, my blind spots about how misogynist I am. So you do too. At my time?
No, you have only used 1.5 minutes.
Okay, so let's get into it. Which is not expecting that, but I guess it drives me nuts because I do listen to a lot of political podcasts, and what I really need, and I don't have an answer per se, but I do know the answer comes from awareness and talking about it, because I was listening to this amazing Nicole Hannah-Jones interview on some random podcast talking about like the shift in our culture that we had because of the 1619 Project. And yes, did racism get solved? Absolutely. And we're past it. But the real thing that happened was that we rung a bell, a conversational bell in our society, and everything that we're seeing happen since is because people are trying to unring that bell.
Yes.
They desperately want to unring the bell of having known about what our real history is and who we really are. And there's so many people who don't want to have that conversation. They're trying to stuff it back in the box. But at least we opened the box in the first place. The box has been opened. And I don't feel that as a society we have opened the box. I don't think Me Too did it. I don't think Me Too did it, guys. A lot of people say Me Too did it. I don't think Me Too did it.
I don't think Me Too did that. Okay.
A lot of people said Me Too did it. I don't think it did it often. All right, I'm just losing. I'm gonna call myself. I'm gonna call myself out. That's
okay. You got it right under
feel
the
like
wire.
I'm going
2
insane.
minutes, 2 minutes 50 seconds, and that was a real sermon. Since we're on the topic of churches, it's just crazy because like men just can be as sort of repulsive as they want, and then the topic is male loneliness epidemic. How are we going to deal with that? It's like, well, they could stop being repulsive. I don't know. Does anyone want to talk to him about the repulsiveness? Keep me posted.
Like, yeah, the question is always like, maybe women. It seems like women are being too annoying. Like that's the
right.
That's the answer. The answer is to capitulate to them. Probably, yeah. The worst people in society.
I feel like there was a moment culturally, and I'm doing a lot of like, I'm looking at this. I feel like there was a moment culturally where like not Seth Rogen was in ascendance and not Joe Rogan. And the Seth Rogen verse, like the Judd Apatow comedy universe was ascendant. And it was like this world in which we were approaching masculinity as a thing that was not harmful, overtly harmful. It was like masculinity, just dudes being dudes and being fallible, having like emotions.
Men are allowed to have friends.
Men having
emotional connections.
Men approaching like little like gross male epiphanies, and it was cool and fun. And then we just veered away from it, and now it's like the whole world of masculinity is this like it has to be harmful. It has to hurt people.
Yum, 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 yum.
Great.
Yeah, it's
so fun because it harms them as well. And yet it's like, okay.
Well, they all lost their fucking minds when someone said toxic masculinity and then it entered the mainstream. And then they were like, no.
Yeah.
In fact, to prove you wrong, I'm going to do it more, which is like, okay.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. I saw this, another place that I shouldn't be going, but I saw this Instagram comment the other day because my reels are not good, my algorithm. And I saw this comment. It was probably some video about Erica Kirk or whatever. And it was like some guy in the comments was like, Erica Kirk is about to single-handedly end feminism. And it's like,
okay.
No, she's not, because it's a concept. Like I don't. What do you mean? Like someone else believing something stupid and bad does not make me no longer believe in my own rights. Are you crazy?
Also, how is it anti? We surely shouldn't get on the topic of Erica Kirk. Speaking of broadcast licenses, but it's just like, how is it anti-feminist to become the CEO of a massive, well-funded?
Well, that's what they're saying.
Political.
They're like, a political group whose job it is to tell women to stay home and get pregnant.
It's just speaking of being dragged backwards, it's just we already did that with Phyllis Schlafly. And Anita Bryant.
And we're going to do it again. And we're doing it right now. I just think there's this whole conversation around like the Joe Rogan of the left. And no one has said this. Not a single person on MSNBC, because I've looked, not a female politician, not a pundit. No one has said this. Okay, the thing about going on Joe Rogan and being part of the Joe Rogan world is that like Joe Rogan is a rape apologist. Joe Rogan is a person who, that is a place that is hostile towards vagina having. You cannot like exist in that universe and feel whole as a human person who is a woman. And so the idea that we like, just like he's just this guy that we just need some guy like that. It's like, we can't on our side because we have an idea. We were supposed to have this idea of like humanity first.
Theoretically, like we have values.
Yeah.
And in theory, what's been really heinous to watch is like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are getting really like bought into the Gavin Newsom because he is very handsome. Like, I get it. I understand. He's bewitching you with his face.
Snake of the week face.
Speaking of snake of the week. But and him and Pete Buttigieg are kind of doing the same thing where it's like, and frankly, Kamala was doing this just like a couple days ago where it's like, well, maybe it is bad for trans people to play sports. Or maybe I could, and like, maybe I will have these fascists on my podcast.
Missing the point.
And it's just sort of like
missing the point.
The whole point is we cannot move forward unless everyone is equal. Like there's just really no, or like that we have to have this like equitable movement forward. But you can already see these sort of like spineless Democrats being like, well, maybe I don't have any values. Because I think we can all agree the most important thing is to elect a Democrat so that we can get out of this situation. But it's like, it's actually not enough to elect a Democrat if those are your values. If your values are, I have none, I'll do anything to get elected, that doesn't actually help us get out of this mess.
Right.
Because if part of your vision for the future is throwing the most vulnerable people in this country further underneath the semi-truck, there is no point in electing you.
That's right.
You know?
That said, I will vote for him. I will vote for any of them.
I have to. I voted for worse.
I will.
But I won't, not in a primary, I won't.
I'll vote for you and I'll make calls for you, you fucking asshole.
I hate being alive so much.
Just on a pragmatic level, I feel like the Democrats have tried having no values
a lot.
A lot.
And it's not successful.
Mm-mm.
How about we go the other direction? It's like Tim Walz had it so right for that very brief moment of being like, and then, isn't it weird that they're like obsessed with everything that's like not them? Like what?
Like why are they want to do genital inspections in the bathroom? They're fucking weird. Up? And then some savvy, I'll tell you what his name is. Tell me what his name is. Stop saying. His name is Jeff Guerin. He's a pollster and like I think he helped Hillary Clinton lose her election, and then he came on and helped Kamala lose her election. And he was the one who told Tim Walz to stop calling them weird. And he told Kamala to stop saying, we're not going back, which she, to her credit, did not stop saying. But like, that is what like the savvy Democratic consultants. Yeah, it's worse. It's worse, Alice. It's spelled GEO.
Oh, no! Of course it is.
And so, so it's just like, and it's really frustrating because like one of the reasons I love Tim Walz in the first place is because he's just like a plain spoken, like he just was letting them have it in a way that like we just never, like people our age just never hear Democrats talking like that. And like one of my favorite things that Tim Walz said that he kind of moved off from too is like the point of political capital is not to hoard it. The point of political capital is to spend it. You win elections, you do shit. If you lose an election after that, who gives a shit? Because you get the capital to do things with it. Oh. And I feel like once he got picked, he never said that again. I know.
Fucking revved up by that.
I would like to see my son Tim Walz unleashed in 2028. I guess we'll see what happens. But
comics unleashed. Talk about Tim Walz unleashed.
Should I do my quick 2-minute tape?
Yes.
It's kind of related.
But can I say one more thing really quick?
Yes.
Really quick, one sentence. If you guys want to find a Joe Rogan of the left, Tim Walz, come on this podcast, Text Me Back podcast.
Text Me Back podcast. We're the Joe Rogan of the left, except with values.
You
smart.
Tim, you can pick the snake of the week. That's the Text Me Back guarantee.
You're welcome, bud. I bet Minnesota has a bunch.
I'll pull all the Minnesota strings I have to make this happen.
Let's do it.
Producer Allie has put up a "We Love You, Tim" graphic. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to time myself. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hate. It's kind of related to Alice's actually. Oh boy, I hate having to participate in culture by being forced to like things just because the regime hates the thing. I don't really care that much about Jimmy Kimmel specifically. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care if he specifically has a show or not. He seems really nice, and this has nothing to do with his staff or the people who work on the show. But there's a lot of white guys and late night. I don't really care who has the job. But now I have to lay my life down for Jimmy Kimmel because they did First Amendment crime to him. And I would. You know what I mean? Because what happened there was such a blatant example of just sort of like fascist free speech violations. And I know I said this last night with Guy, but it's just like these people have been complaining about free speech for like 10 years or whatever. And their version of my free speech rights being violated is I got my Twitter account banned. This is an actual example of the government telling a private citizen what not to say, and then his boss acquiescing to that threat. Like that is a per se First Amendment violation. It's so aggravating. And so now I have to be like, save Jimmy Kimmel. I'm out in the streets with the sign talking about I love Guillermo or whatever that guy's name is, But, by the way, just a quick side note in the 30 seconds I have left, Adam Carolla testified in front of Congress about free speech on campus. and has not said a fucking word about his former his best male friend, Jimmy Kimmel, almost losing his job over this shit. And it just pisses me off because I just want to be able to like and not like things based on whether or not I like or don't like them. But now I have to be like, protect my baby boys in late night. And it happened again last week. So last week I had to rush. Oh, I only have 10 seconds left. I had to rush to the CVS, and I'm going to run out of time. I'm just going to keep going. I had to rush to the CVS in Maryland to get my COVID vaccine because there aren't any in DC because of this new, I don't really get it, but it's like this prescription rule. Ugh. And so none of the pharmacies in DC keep the COVID vaccine in stock because it takes up too much space in the refrigerator. So I had to go all the way to Maryland to get a COVID vaccine, and which is my civic duty. And I got a flu shot at the same time. And then, for the next 24 hours, I was fucked up, because the vaccine has these horrible side effects that just make you feel like you have COVID. And I was going to post, how is it possible we don't have a vaccine that doesn't fuck your ass up after getting your COVID vaccine? And then I was like, I can't complain about vaccines. That's because it might undermine the fabric of society. So I just have to love vaccines, even though I was out of commission for 20. I never posted the Instagram reel for last week. I didn't do anything for this podcast last week because I got so fucked up from this COVID vaccine. And I was like, and I can never complain about it. And although I am now, because it's just like, because I might accidentally become MUAH if I say I don't like feeling sick after getting a vaccine. Why can't Pfizer just make one that doesn't fuck your ass up? And that's my time.
That was really good.
Really
Thanks.
True and good. And I agree with you. I canceled Disney Plus and I was like, what's the reason? And it's like, I don't even like this man.
Jimmy Kimmel, I guess.
I don't want anyone who's getting this, if it's a robot or otherwise, to think I actually like Jimmy Kimmel. That's the main thing. The second thing is stop being like this. What the fuck? But here's my philosophy about that. I really do think that the one good thing I've learned from the right is that they stick by each other no matter what. Yeah. And they hate each other over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they hate each other. And, like, I hate the things that Gavin Newsom has done about homelessness. I hate Jimmy Kimmel just as a person. I don't like him at all. I don't like that show hasn't booked me. And I don't like him either.
I don't like that about them either.
And so, honestly,
it.
I don't like him. And I feel like it's still... And it's like, I'm happy that there is the opportunity for me to support these things that I hate, that like I'm seeing the bigger tent for the trees. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
And I'm going, no, like it's chill. Like I can welcome in these never Kamala people. I can welcome in these like weird, like we need a pro-life Democrat. Like, okay, come over here and have some tea, whatever. Like all these people who are just like, fucking no, everything about you, no. But at the same time, let's just coalesce. Let's make the coalition. Let's make the coalition and see where we get at the end of it, and then we'll talk. Right?
We talked about this a little bit last night, but it's just so crazy because the one thing Democrats have going for them is that abortion rights are very popular. And for some reason, the savvy white men are coming out of the woodwork to be like, we should run pro-life Democrats. It won't work. And you want to know how I know it won't work? Because there are none in the Senate, and there's only one pro-life Democrat in the House. That's how I know that shit doesn't work.
Can you rephrase that as a man?
It actually rocks, and there could be more. You just aren't thinking big enough.
But just have a man say it. We need like a voice filter, and they're like,
I know. I should use that AI robot voice, and then maybe Ezra Klein will listen to me.
God.
Alice, I have devastating news, which is we are at time, which is too bad because we loved having you on.
That's okay.
Yeah. Will you come on?
I have to. I have so much to do. I have to subscribe Ezra Klein to a bunch of spam emails. But I would love to come on anytime. Thank you so much for having me. I'm such a big fan of this show, and I really implore you to subscribe and give these people money because you'll never feel bad about it.
You are a Patreon subscriber.
I personally hate money, so I love spending it. But if you love your money, you will never feel bad being like, I gave an extra $3 to Lindy and Meagan. You'll feel so good about it. Your poops will be smoother. I just can't promise you enough because it's going to be so great.
No, that is one thing we offer from the $3 level up is smoother poops.
Smooth
so I'm glad
poops.
I'm glad you brought that up. Would you like to pitch or promote anything before you go?
Yes.
Where can we find you?
Come to my Twitch streams. I'm streaming on TikTok and on Twitch on Tuesdays, usually Tuesdays and Fridays from 2 p.m. PST on. And so I can be found there all the time.
Amazing.
Okay. Send us your Twitch address and we'll put it somewhere.
It's twitch.tv/Alice Wetterlund.
Easy. Right. Easy peasy.
Angel.
Oh, look how fast that was. She put it right up there. Producer
Aren't
Allie.
they amazing?
Yes, please give us money so we can pay Producer Allie more. She's so fast. And she has a really cute cat too. So for the record. Alice Wetterlund, star of stage and screen, comedian, Twitch superstar, and the queen of our hearts. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here.
Angel.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, podcast
Love
over.
you guys.
We love
Bye,
you.
Alice.
Love her.
Look how tickled I am still by that.
I'm overjoyed. I don't have my own thermometer,
right,
but
well, we can,
no,
maybe next year you could make your own thermometer. It's really easy.
I offered to make one, and you said hell no. You said
that's not what happened at all.
You said
what
this
happened
is
was
my burden.
You texted me on Sunday and said, if you don't want to do it, I'll do it. And we needed it done by Monday. And I said, no, I already have all the stuff.
I could have done it.
I don't believe you. Anyways.
Well,
I just don't want people to walk away thinking it was some sort of real offer that I declined. It was a fake offer.
It was not a fake offer.
That was not real.
I have so much art supplies in this house.
Please.
And you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong by showing up tomorrow night with my own thermometer.
Okay. I look forward to it. Listen.
Meagan, I feel like you're mad at me.
You know what's interesting? The only thing that actually makes me mad at you is when you accuse me of being mad at you when I'm not. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy every time you say that. What do we need to talk about before we go? Nothing. We did everything.
We've repeated ourselves 8 billion times. Just do all the stuff.
Subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/textmebackpod. If you subscribe at the $12 level, you get a free tote. If you upgrade to the $12 level, you get a free tote. If you're already at the $12 level and you do anything else, such as write us a deliriously nice review on Apple Podcasts, such as Venmo us any amount, such as text a friend, make a plan to vote, tell 5 friends, send us a screen grab, deartextmeback@gmail.com, or you can text it 703-829-0003 with your address, and we will send you a tote bag. Get into it. For now, we're going to go. And once again, I am very sweaty.
I think we could have fit in another segment.
No, for sure, man. Thank you to our guest, Alice Wetterlund, and thank you all for joining us.
Meagan, don't forget to say the catchphrase for when we say goodbye.
Well, bye. Mwah!
Glocken, klang, wird beim Wein zu breit. Schön ist deine Schlittenfahrt im Winter, wenn es schneit. In meinem Feld es Schlitten, wandelt durch den Schnee. Über Wald und Wiesen, vorbei am großen See. Die Glocken klingen hell und machen alle froh. Was es für eine Freude ist, die gibt's sonst nirgendwo. Glockenklang, wird mein Wein zu breit. Schön ist deine Schlittenfahrt im Winter, wenn es schneit. Glockenklang, wird mein Wein zu breit. Schön ist deine Schlittenfahrt im Winter, schönen Tages, das ging es los im Nu. Das kam Frau Fanny breit vorbei und setzte sich dazu. Das Pferd war dünn und mager und hatte wohl kein Glück. Der Schlitten fiel auf einmal um, was für ein Missgeschick. Hey, Glockenklang, hört beim weiten Breit. Schön ist seine Schlittenfahrt.